Star Wars Visions is the most unique view we've ever had of Star Wars. It's finally time to review the series. Ready up, apprentices and acolytes, and new viewers, go on and subscribe. Let's talk Star Wars Visions. Ready up.
Ready up. My destiny.
I am Lord Dagovere. I'm known for making stupid faces and getting super hype about Star Wars. If there's a channel that you want to get you excited for anything Star Wars, this is the place. But let's review Star Wars Vision, an animated anthology celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators. 9 episodes ranging anywhere from 13 minutes to 22 minutes. And I know a lot of you are asking, but why should I watch this? Because if you want an original take on Star Wars that is also creative and unique, this is the series. Yeah, but I don't like anime. That's understandable. But this is Star Wars, and Japanese culture is one of the major foundations in which the seeds of Star Wars sprout. We get 9 episodes. Out of all 9 episodes, my favorite, right off the top, is the twins, the Elder, the Village Bride, the Ninth Jedi, and the Duel. Now that's not to say the others that I said are not good. They all were good, all of them. Even ones that are not really being talked about. I haven't really heard people talk about Akikira too much, but there's a lot of things to appreciate in that story, as well as so many others. Tatooine Rhapsody is so unique because it's about a Jedi who breaks his lightsaber when he's escaping on Order 66, finds a little crew, and then has a band with them. But one of the most intriguing parts of that is, of course, is the Hutt, and how he just doesn't care about Hutt reputation or Hutt legacy. And it's incredible to see that's such a unique take of Star Wars. You can go on every single episode and find something to appreciate. TOB1 is one of the episodes that I didn't really feel so into when I was watching it. But I appreciated all of the Easter eggs, all of the imagery that's in the background. And of course, it's every kid's dream to be a Jedi when watching Star Wars. TOB1 personifies that, manifests it, and you see it true on the screen. Lop and Ocho. I wasn't really into the main character per se, but the story and the message about family and how some things are stronger than blood. That's essentially Rey Skywalker's story, and I think Lop and Ocho does a better job at portraying that story than the entire sequel trilogy. And that's not a get at or anything. I feel a lot when I'm watching anime. I grew up on it. Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Code Geass, Casshern Sins, and so many other great anime. That's not even to talk about some of the great anime that are from these studios creating these episodes for you, for Star Wars specifically. Every single episode has something unique and beautiful. Maybe for the popular kid, maybe for the outcast like myself. Just people that enjoy Star Wars. There's something in it for everybody, including something like Akikira. They were huge fans of Revenge of the Sith. I mean, it's practically Anakin Skywalker and Palpatine and Padme. You have a Jedi, he crashes, he has foresight and he's seeing visions, until you finally see, when it manifests and becomes true to his reality, that it's actually him that he's seeing killing people that he loves. And then he turns to the dark side and becomes the apprentice of the Sith Lord, becomes the acolyte. And it's incredible, like the dark side tribute that they had to this, to the point where they literally bring one of the characters back to life using the dark side. And it was so cool, because there's also other parts of this story that I don't want to get into too much to completely ruin and spoil everything, but it's the experience. And it's the true homage to Star Wars. And that's one thing I appreciated so much when I was geeking my head out and making stupid funny faces and all these reactions, was that these are true people that love Star Wars. So I will start with my favorite, and I want to start with some of them that I liked up until the ones that I feel like are my most favorite that I've continued watching. The twins. I really enjoyed Kill La Kill. I believe it was made by Trigger, and Trigger is the same studio that made this. It took me several years to watch the first episode of Kill La Kill, that specific anime. And I feel like their storytelling is so incredible over time. We don't really get a lot of that storytelling inside this episode for the twins, but there is so much still there, and it's beautiful. And it's arguably the best looking Star Wars Visions episode because Trigger is known for their animation's beauty. But I love the story of Skywalkers, right? I love the story of the twins. And they're essentially two Luke-esque twins. The homage to R2-D2, the X-Wings. Oh man, it was just so gorgeously beautiful. And Trigger is also known for some incredible fight scenes. Wacky, out of this world, unorthodox. And that's what I love because it fits so well into anime. It doesn't necessarily have to make sense. What matters the most if it's beautiful to watch and enjoyable from that type of standpoint. And you get these little tiny things, these nods. Last Jedi, the Clone Wars Season 7 where Ahsoka's grabbing onto the ship before Darth Maul leaves. And of course, there's so many other homages to that. And I think actually in the Deceived book from the Old Republic, where Darth Malgus is holding onto one of the ships in the Old Republic. I mean, we're going all the way back with the Easter eggs. They love Star Wars, and I appreciated that about Lumaya-esque shout out there with the triple with the 6 lightsabers, making General Grievous look like a joke. I really loved how the Kyber crystals were kind of like embowed into their suits, which was also a huge homage to the Rakatan Empire, the Infinite Empire, and that's some of the characters that you get to see in Knights of the Old Republic, and the Sith King or the Sithari King, Lord Adas. Yeah, that's actually his name. There's just so many incredible seeds that they've kind of like influenced and built off of that soil that basically saturated all of Star Wars. They really did a good job, and that's why I liked and appreciated the twins. The Elder. Whew! I can tell you one thing right now is that The Elder I can see as an entire anime series. The Ninth Jedi I can see as a movie. The Duel I can see as a Disney Plus Mandalorian style-esque series. Like, there are so many great episodes in this that have such a great inspiration that we can build off and make more canon stories and make more of these Star Wars Visions too, or just completely make something inside of canon. The Elder is one of those episodes. A master and apprentice that has the wisdom of Qui-Gon Jinn, the experience of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and this inexperienced yet anxious to get into action type of Padawan, which I love because, you know, that's an Anakin Skywalker. It's also even a little bit of Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course, Bel Zettifar there in the High Republic. And I appreciated the master and apprentice relationship here. They go to a backwater planet in the Outer Rim, and what they sense a presence out in the Outer Rim of something dark, a disturbance in the Force, and then it comes to be a Sith Lord. And I really love that type of take, just to go off in the Outer Rim and explore, because that's one thing I feel like Star Wars doesn't do as much as it should, is exploration, the wonder of what else is out there. And there's so many fundamental points of Star Wars that we don't know and we haven't seen yet on the big screen. The Elder nails it. The philosophy of the master, the Jedi Master, that talks to his apprentice about how he is getting weaker and his apprentice is getting stronger, and that is the way of life. And it's just a beautiful message through and through, and I appreciated it so much in the storytelling, and it was perfection. The Village Bride is the next one. The Village Bride was one of those that I wanted to react to, but the reason why I didn't was because there were so many people that were already watching, and I kind of got spoiled a little bit through some of the fight scenes, but I had no idea what was about to go down. I love this take of this character, F, who is literally becoming one of my favorite characters of all time right now. I appreciate how they throw us into another post-Revenge of the Sith, Order 66-esque timeline, backwater planets. You don't really know what's happening, but it seems that this Jedi that is often running away, kind of hiding as herself, which is why she also has a mask. So she also, I love that foreshadowing that there's a mask, so you're gonna see what she actually is gonna become. She's gonna become her own self again, and it's so beautiful to see her witness this tribe and this village who's also kind of being attacked by this kind of criminal underworld gangster that has his little clutches around this village because he's reprogrammed separatist droids, and she kind of just doesn't stand for it, and she's kind of waited and seen too much of it, and she saves the day, and it is in the coolest frickin' fashion, and I about flipped when I saw her lightsaber, the noise that they used, the color it was, the soundtrack was so frickin' beautiful.
Some kind of a monster!
I am a Jedi.
It was all timing, and that is what I love about anime. Anime has such a beautiful depiction of action with some type of purpose and dialogue, a set in one, and it just comes together like this beautiful recipe of goodness and Star Wars, and you put it all in and it's gorgeous and you remember it for life. But the one thing that I loved about this episode was Star Wars, I feel like at times, is about one thing. Star Wars is supposed to be about hope. And I appreciate so much that they showed this character F. Sometimes you're not the chosen one. Sometimes you're a person that has messed up and you just have to do everything possible with what you have. And she's right there, and she changes that village's fate. She changes that entire planet's fate just by being there and taking action and becoming herself again. And I love that, because when she takes off the mask, she has the scar, she has the visions of the Sith and everything that would happen in Order 66. And then after she saves the day, she takes off and she goes to does her another thing. It was just so sick. It was so beautiful, and I absolutely would love to see more on that anime and more on that story. Oh, so good, so good. The Duel. The Duel is the next one, and I had been waiting for this one for so long because of the aesthetic. I loved the dark, grainy, gritty type of feel. I do not really like CGI from an anime standpoint. You know, I like it more so in like video games and other things. But they really did well with the cell shade-esque technique. Fam. We have an extended story of this episode coming out, and it's called The Ronin. Emma, who's one of the writers, she's been going off on Twitter talking about how incredible this story is going to be. There's already reviews embargoes that are lifted, and you can probably hear everybody's review on it, and I'm gonna be one of those that is gonna be reviewing it later, and I can't wait for this story, which made me more anxious to be excited and to watch this. But The Duel is so beautiful because of the mystery. And man, this character, a wanderer Ronin, I guess you could say, a wandering Sith, and you don't even know he's a Sith unless you've seen the trailer, because he gets in and there's this Empire or First Order-esque troopers, and the way they depict them with the samurai-esque armor is so cool, right? And they get in and they're destroying this little town, this little village, I guess you could say. And here comes the Wanderer, here comes the Ronin, and he's a hero, right? And the main villain sees him and she's like, oh wow, okay, I see, there's a Jedi that's gonna fight me, but he's not a Jedi. And I flipped out during the reaction. I flipped out during this entire reaction. Let me show you. No idea. He's a Sith! He's a Sith! Oh, that was sick. Oh, you tell him. It's just so sick, fam. It was so sick because when you're sitting there watching it, you expect a blue, a green, a yellow, a purple, orange, any type of lightsaber other than red. But it just fits so well. And then the entire dialogue between these characters is so incredible because it enhances the experience of the reaction, because the villain is all like, your lightsaber color, it's red. And then he's like, well, unfortunately, I'm not a Jedi. And it is so sick. It just goes so well. I've watched that scene so many times. And the ending is so Samurai Kiriza-esque. I just love that nice subtle ending to the foe. But what's beautiful, and I think that continues to make me watch that episode, is just, he's just a wanderer. And he reveals his coat, revealing all the red kyber crystals, showing you that he's slain so many other Sith brethren. And that's what makes this story so much better than everything else, is that it's so simple. Everything that you need is on the surface. There is no backstory for the character. It's just him being a mystery. What made him go off on the Sith Code? Why is he helping these people? What is his purpose? What is he doing? How the heck does he have a companion that's a droid and he looks so cute and he's using whistling birds? It's so incredible, and that's what I love. I really want to see more of that. I really hope one day that we get to see a Mandalorian-esque live action version of this. I really, really want to see that. I think that this story can go on for 9 episodes, 1 season, and I think that they can really do it right, and it'll just bang. It'll pop off, baby, because that entire storyline of that mystery where we're not going to really tell you everything about this character and we're just going to let him go on this journey once a week to find out where he goes and set up his tea shop before it evolves into Dex's Diner on Coruscant, baby. No, that's not really what's going to happen. I just want to see more of that character in The Wanderer of Ronin because he is incredible, and that entire story, that entire universe was beautiful. Let me see more. And this is the final episode, is The Ninth Jedi. I cannot tell you all the things that are so good about The Ninth Jedi because The Ninth Jedi to me is perfection. The Ninth Jedi, when I saw this, I felt like I was watching an episode, I thought I was watching episode 10. The way the foundation was set in the beginning opening scene for this. You have the dialogue, you have the story, and the narrator is going in as if it's a Star Wars crawl. This crawl was not there, but I felt like I was being introduced to their own version of it. And of course you see the beautifulness of the open ambience where those machines are fishing for kyber crystals out in the stratosphere in the solar system like it's just another day. And that was another beautiful aspect of Star Wars, because when you see A New Hope, you see the moisture farm. What do they need droids for? What are they doing out there? And then of course you see Mos Eisley and the spaceport. It's just a piece of wonder. But a very good example of that was The Force Awakens. I think The Force Awakens has some of the best ambience in Star Wars. One of the most notable scenes from that, in my opinion, is when Rey is riding in her speeder and you see the Star Destroyer in the back from the Battle of Jakku, ending the Galactic Civil War. That really coincides and echoes into this episode where you see them fishing for the kyber crystals. And you know what's a better touch as well? Is the soundtrack. The soundtrack is literally Rey's theme. It is so beautiful as how that entire opening, it's so Star Wars. It was as if they had movie budget for this. And we watched the extra, and apparently this studio was going to do 2 episodes. They were going to do 2 episodes, but they weren't given enough time to do that. So they made it into 1. And that really goes to show you how much they care. The fact that they had so much story, so much world building, setting the tone, creating the universe that we love of Star Wars. That is something that I feel like that is missing in Star Wars. I feel like that is something that has been missing since the prequel trilogy had ended. And it's not to shoot anything at any of the new movies or any of the new books or anything. I just feel like at times there just isn't a lot of new. The High Republic is one of the most original things that we've got. The Star Wars vision is one of the most original concepts of Star Wars that we've had literally since the birth of Star Wars. I want to see new. I want to see more new. So far into the future, so far into the past, wherever it is. The Ninth Jedi is it. The Ninth Jedi is everything that we've been waiting for Star Wars in Disney Star Wars. I'm telling you right now. If there is an episode that needs to be inducted or adopted or used as inspiration or a stepping stone to go into a new pool, plethora of bountiful storytelling, The Ninth Jedi is it. I would give anything in the world for this to be an episode 13 or even an episode 10. The way they built the scale and everything that they used, the ideas, the action, the soundtrack, these people really deserve another chance to continue their stories. Even in the extra that they go on and talk about, they even say, well, we love these characters and we would want to do more, but it's really up to the fans if they want to continue the story. Star Wars Visions 2, where you at? What are you doing? When? Let's go. My final thoughts here is the rank. Of course, that's why everybody usually watches a review, is the rank. And yeah, baby, this is getting holocron approved, okay? Okay, even if you don't watch anime, you have to dig into this at least once. My last final thoughts is this: I want more. Make merchandise of this, Funko Pops, characters, spin-offs, give me an art book, whatever it is I need. Support Star Wars Visions so I can see more. And if it's just episodes or a season 2, I'm fine with that. Whatever I need to kickstart this thing into the next step, to becoming a full-fledged movie, or canon, Star Wars canon on Disney+, whatever is the next step. Go in, because it doesn't even matter if it's canon or not. We have legends. We have so many things we love about Star Wars. What matters is just giving people the opportunity to make new Star Wars, beautiful Star Wars. And without that opportunity, we wouldn't have had Star Wars Visions. This is a 5 out of 5. Holocron approved. Go out and get it. I couldn't get enough of it. I hope you enjoy. I am Lord Dagovere. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks so much for coming to the channel. Deuces.